Today's show is brought to you by Hospital Pass Productions. Hospital Pass Productions.
Up over halfway he goes. Oh!
Youch! Well, that's gonna hurt. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Light the Lamp, brought to you by Hospital Pass Productions. Youch! That's gonna hurt. I have a little bit more enthusiasm than I did outside. That's because I have some caffeine inside of me, so let's do this.
Let's do it.
This is Kyle, Finger Guns DeStefano. I'm Kevin, Shooching, Thumbs Up Pierce. We are here to talk about the National Hockey League and their Stanley Cup playoffs, as we are in the conference finals now. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We also have WWE predictions for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and isn't it fitting that this week's punishment, or this time's punishment, we did it before, it was saved, we've done it again, it's a dirty shot.
Dirty shot.
Speaking about punishments, I will also be serving my punishments next week.
Yep.
For Memorial Day weekend, so that'll be awesome to, thank the troops for, memories of serving for us, and I'm going to end up getting a pie to the face in the Nice Bucket Challenge, and possibly drinking a dirty shot. Yeah, it's not going to be a good day. It's not going to be a good day. But that's okay. My mom will be in town next week. Well, this week. So next week.
We get to watch you serve your punishments with pride.
Yeah, it'd be great. All right, so we're going to talk about, pardon me, oh, okay. We're going to talk about the NHL first. So the Penguins defeated the Lightning last night, 4-2, right?
Yep.
4-1, 4-2.
4-2.
Crosby with another game winner. He had the game winner in Game 2, 40 seconds into overtime. I believe it is his first career game-winning goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So the Penguins are now up 2-1. It looks like more and more every day that Steven Stamkos will not be playing for the Lightning, and he may very well have played his last game as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, because clearly they're doing what they're doing on this playoff run without Steven Stamkos. So it's just showing you that they don't need him. I mean, obviously you need a star player like Stamkos, but what they're doing down there, it doesn't look like they do. I mean, there's a lot of talk he could be going to other teams. We've talked about that before. Obviously, once we get past the playoffs into the summertime when the draft comes up, we'll definitely be talking about crazy trades that are going on, because there will be some trades that go on. I'm absolutely guaranteeing that. That could be Boston's chance to move Louis Eriksson is at the draft. They still technically have him under contract. So if any time to move him, that would be the time. And I just poke myself in the eye. Now it's all watery. That's okay. Go ahead and just gush over your Penguins for a few seconds.
Okay. Well, I feel that the Penguins did amazing last night. I watched the game. They won a 4-2. They're up 2-1 in the series against the Lightning.
That's exactly what I just said.
I know. But I'm going into depth. Let me go into depth first. Depth,
okay.
The basically one name was very good during the games, which was
Fleury.
I was going to say Phil Kessel, but
Did Fleury even play?
No, Fleury didn't play.
No, Murray's still playing.
Murray's still playing. It was Murray and Penguins net for Lightning. It was
Andrei Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky, yep. So it was overall really good game last night. Penguins dominated most of the game. Kessel scored a goal and an assist. Who else was it? I forget who else scored the goals.
Did you hear that for the next Penguins home game, I think it's Game 5, they've invited Shawn Michaels to come to Pittsburgh? Because they have a line right now in Pittsburgh. It's called the HBK line, because it consists of Carl Hagelin, Nick Bonino, and Phil Kessel. The HBK line, because of the first letter in their last names.
Wow. Okay. Well, Shawn Michaels, you should take him up on that offer.
He's a Texas guy, though. I think he's pretty pissed the Stars got knocked out. I don't think he wants to go to Pittsburgh. I don't blame you.
That's true. But overall, it's going to be a good series. It's regardless of which way it goes. I mean, Penguins are up right now, but it could be anybody's game. So stay tuned. We're going to have more information on that coming up.
I'm calling it right now. If we do a Saturday show, this series will be over in 5 games. 5 games. Pittsburgh's going to win Game 4 in Tampa Bay. They're going to win Game 5 at home. And they're just going to be sitting at home waiting for the Sharks or the Blues. Which, are we talking about that now? Or are we going to for a break? Or how are we doing this?
Let's talk about that really quick, because I know we're getting close to the ending time, but I want to make sure we fit that in before we start talking about Extreme Rules. So let's talk about Sharks and Blues.
I'll grab Sharks and Blues, since you apparently have no interest in that series is all because, they're people too, damn it.
Hey, it's not that I don't have an interest in the series. I just feel Sharks are going to dominate it.
They're not going to dominate it. The Sharks are notorious for choking. They've never been to the Stanley Cup Finals, and there's a reason for that. Because they have a tough time winning the big games. Well, considering St. Louis has won Game 7s against both Dallas and the defending Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks, whereas the Sharks almost lost to the Predators in 7. Almost, they did win, and they defeated the LA Kings, which a lot of people were surprised by. Maybe either one of these teams is definitely their time. San Jose more than probably St. Louis, based on the fact that San Jose's got a lot of aging players, and there needs to be we need to win one now for Marlowe and Thornton kind of thing. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see the Sharks in the finals. I'd love to see St. Louis in the finals. I can already tell you right now, as a Bruins fan, I have no interest in rooting for Pittsburgh or Tampa Bay. I'll be solely rooting for whoever comes out of the West, and whoever comes out of the West, if Pittsburgh makes it to the finals, there will be another punishment. God, I hope it's not stink bag. If you don't know what stink bag is, this fine gentleman will tell you real quickly. Go ahead, Kyle. Kyle, tell him. I called you Tyle, but I'm going to call you Kyle now. Go ahead, tell him.
Well, we were discussing punishments earlier, and we added a new one to the list. Stink bag, where you throw in a bunch of spoiled food, milk, maybe an egg salad sandwich.
Cottage cheese.
Throw it up in a bag, mix it all up in there, smash it really good. Leave it in the hot car for a couple hours. Come back out to it, open it up. Loser has to sit in the car with the stink bag for like 5 minutes.
That is truly awful.
It's brutal.
But it'll be videotaped all for your liking here on YouTube from Light the Lamp. So there you go.
Exactly.
So quickly back to the series. St. Louis won Game 1. San Jose came back and shut out St. Louis in Game 2. Game 3 is actually tonight in San Jose. That'll be a very big crowd at the... We're supposed to call it the SAP Center. I prefer calling it the HP Pavilion because it sounds a little bit better off the tongue. Mm-hmm. We'll call it the Shark Tank. How about that? The tank. The Shark Tank is going to be rocking tonight. 17,000 plus. 17,000, I think, even. Or 500 or something. I don't know. Something like that. There'll be full sharking tonight going on.
Full sharking.
All right, full sharking. I like St. Louis in 7, unfortunately, though. And a lot of people that know me know that I had a bit of we'll call it a Sharks fetish. I like to call it a West Coast fling that I had for a couple years. Like I said, I would love to see San Jose win. There are players that are deserving of it that should win. But I think ultimately St. Louis is going to get over that hump. Obviously, this is the key game right here. If St. Louis can take the air out of San Jose's balloon in Game 3, they'll have control and...
but that can go either way, too. In the same sense, St. Louis could get the air taken out if San Jose comes back with
This is true.
So either way you're looking at it. Especially, and that was kind of like how with the Lightning and Tampa, the Lightning and Penguins, they were 1-1. That series could have gone either way, and the Penguins.
Well, it seems like now with the loss of Stamkos that the Penguins superstars are stepping up to the plate. We'll see if the same goes for the Blues and the Sharks.
Yeah.
So
I'll be rooting for the Sharks. Just saying. If it comes down to a West team, like I told you before, you saw the other videos. My prediction is Pittsburgh Sharks. Pittsburgh.
Pretty sure I picked Pittsburgh, St. Louis. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So stay tuned. We may have a quick message from Sam. If not, you're going to see our ugly mugs again as we're talking about the WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view happening this Sunday on the WWE Network. So stay tuned for more information about that on Hospital Pass Productions presents Light the Lamp.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing the Islanders, that Guido at K&M All-Star Sports, Johnny the Man Boy Chuck. You gotta come on down. NHL is so hot right now. You gotta get your jerseys, your t-shirts, your sweatshirts, your hats. It's time to rock and roll when it comes to the NHL, the playoffs, the Stanley Cup. We got anything and everything you're looking for right here at K&M All-Star Sports, Tanger Outlets at Foxwoods, and oh, by the way, we just happen to be New England's #1 sports store.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back from break. Hopefully you, hopefully you saw another ad from K&M All-Star Sports. Sam and them are up at the top level of Tanger Outlets.
Yes.
Go check them out.
Yes, you should.
They're pretty awesome over there.
And their sister company A&J at the lower level of the Crystal Mall.
Yep.
And a special shout out, of course, to the musical man, that provides all of our music,
Ben Sound.
Ben Sound.
Yeah. Thank you, bensound.com, for our music. You are awesome. You make awesome music for us.
This is the Ryan Miller.
I need.
I don't have any affliction to making fun of people, but that's the Ryan Miller. Because he made a save like this, and we make fun of him for it now. You let America down when you let Crosby score that golden goal, you son of a bitch. You are the biggest turncoat since, I almost said Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein, wow.
Since Benedict Arnold. I'm just kidding. You played hard for the United States, and without you and the Vancouver Olympics, we wouldn't have made it as far as we did. So, a little tip of the cap to you, Ryan Miller. That came out of nowhere. I'm really sorry. All right,
it's okay.
We're gonna go to that's the weird, wacky predictions we have.
Yeah, let's talk about Extreme Rules.
Okay, so the pre-show we have Baron the Lone Wolf Corbin versus Dolph the Jobber Ziggler in a no disqualification match.
Yeah.
We both have on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Baron
Corbin.
Oh, I didn't say Corbin. Baron. That's all we need to say. I'm not even going to get into this match. It's going back and forth. They could throw Dolph Ziggler a bone and then just keep going back and forth, back and forth. Obviously, I mean, you need to kind of keep the jobbers relevant, but at the same time, you're trying to push the younger stars to move up. The one issue that I have right now, and I'm trying to think of who it is. Oh, the Divas division. Or the women's division, I guess you could call it. Like, Becky Lynch is just getting squashed like a bug right now.
Yeah.
She's getting beat by Emma. She's getting beat by this new chick. What's her name?
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke, yeah. And then, of course, and where's Sasha Banks? Is she hurt?
I haven't seen
She
Sasha
must be.
Banks.
She's got to be hurt.
Yeah,
She's just got to be another one of the walking wounded in the WWE right now.
There's a lot of people that are been hurt, damaged, don't want to wrestle anymore.
Because
I mean, even the Divas, you look at the Bella Twins, both of them aren't wrestling right now.
Well, Nikki retired, didn't she?
Nikki retired, and
Bree's not really going to be wrestling much longer. I think she retired too because she wants to be with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you don't have the Bellas.
But just think about it. Like 2 months ago, at WrestleMania, we had an unbelievable triple threat match between Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks isn't even in the title picture right now. Obviously, she must be injured if she is, because she would be in the title picture. I haven't seen her on Raw in a while.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is fighting these NXT newcomers that are just kind of squeaking in, and somehow Natalia's at the top of the women's division with Charlotte.
I mean, I understand that. You have to take your hat off to Natalya. She's been in business a long time, and hasn't really held the title as long as she should have. You know, she hasn't been really regarded as a Divas champion. She held it like what, once?
Once or twice.
Once or twice.
But I think they were fairly long reigns, at least of like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, but that's not a long reign in the WWE when you look at like people like, you know, Seth Rollins or Charlotte or, you know.
That's true.
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah.
We'll actually get to that match next. We'll skip the Fatal 4-Way for later. So the submission match for the women's title, Charlotte versus Natalya. Now the rule stipulates, and I'm sure somehow this is going to get twisted, Ric Flair is banned from ringside to help Charlotte. So if he comes out at all, Charlotte automatically will forfeit the women's championship. So this is supposed to be a straight up, you could call it Flair versus Hart, sharpshooter versus figure 4 match. Of course, they could twist it around again and have freaking Charlotte win with, as long as Charles Robinson isn't the ref, Little Nate. Which I didn't know this until I watched a video about it. He actually wrestled at one time in WCW as Little Nate.
Really?
In a tag team match with Ric Flair.
He
had the whole robe, the whole thing.
I actually didn't even know that.
Yeah, and now he's
just power.
Yes, it is. I will say though, this one thing about Charles Robinson, he is the funniest ref. Because if you've ever seen like a wrestler take a big move like Shawn Michaels, you watch the person take Sweet Chin Music, and this is Charles Robinson.
Yeah.
Like he like snaps his head back like he's the one taking the hit. And you can see it every time, and it makes me laugh. You have picked Charlotte for this particular match. I have gone with Natalya. I think Natalya can finally break through without Ric Flair interfering. Then again, there could be another diva that's interfering. Maybe they're bringing up together the 4 horsewomen.
Could be. I mean, with Ric Flair and Charlotte, you never know what's going to happen. I think that's the big thing. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Rick, are you alive? Woo! Woo! Woo!
You see Monday Night Raw when Shane asked Ric Flair to leave like respectfully.
Yes.
And then he told him, he said, "Listen, I got respect for you." And Stephanie McMahon said, "But I don't," and slapped the shit out of him. And he stopped and fell. I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "The poor guy's dead." I said, "He's dead."
We're gonna skip. Fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship: The Miz versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus my daughter's favorite person, Cesaro. I only say that because she's 2 months old and she does this little thing with her hands and it's so cute. You can tell you it's pretty cute.
It's Cesaro.
It is Cesaro. I have picked Les Miz. You have picked
KO.
KO. Neither one of us have picked. We actually went past our time.
Yeah,
That's okay because we did stop it, didn't we?
We did.
Neither one of us picked Sami Zayn or Cesaro. I don't think it's time for faces to win just yet. And why would you give Sami Zayn or Cesaro a chance to do that? Although I will say this, though. Maybe they give it to The Miz because he's already reached the upper echelon of titles. Kevin Owens doesn't win the Intercontinental title match. The next pay-per-view is in June. That's Money in the Bank.
Oh.
So maybe Kevin Owens wins Money in the Bank, beating out Sami Zayn. Now he's going on to fight a Roman Reigns or something. That's a change up. And I'm sure as much as people... I mean, there are people that do like Kevin Owens because he's kind of a smart-ass, I'm not going to take no crap from you guy. So he might be the perfect person to go up against a Roman Reigns.
Well, and that's one thing, the reason why I picked Kevin Owens is because he is charismatic and he's funny as hell.
He is pretty funny.
And
really, Michael? Really? Is that what you think you're going to do?
I love when he berades the announcers and everything.
Except for JBL.
JBL, he doesn't berate.
Because JBL's on his side.
Yeah, because JBL's on his side. JBL's on every heel side. That's how it works.
That's how it has to be.
But he'll go and he'll just berate anybody.
I feel like he would pull I'm going to say a taboo word right now, a CM Punk. And and like be sitting in the announcer's table and then Michael Cole like reach over to shake his hand and he spill his soda. And he'd be like, "Really, Michael? Really? You're just going to spill my soda just like that? Are you going to get me a new one? Are you going to clean that up with a mop? Or what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm real sorry, KO." "Yeah, I bet you're real sorry. I'm going to be real sorry when I punch you in the face."
Yeah.
But I'm not because I don't really like you.
KO, that's you captured him pretty well. KO is one of those guys that I think will reach the top.
The Vaudevillains, the real men of the WWE, versus the New Day. Don't be sour, because it's the tag team title match with no extreme stipulation.
I will say this much though. I didn't get to tell you earlier. They had a time machine skit on Monday Night Raw, and it was the funniest thing because they all got in the time machine. Kofi Kingston came out, started doing the Jamaican accent. He goes, "Oh, look at me, I'm Kofi Kingston," and he's doing like the boom, boom, boom. And he said, "No." David Wood said, "No, we got to go back further."
That's pretty good. I'll have to watch that.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I haven't finished. I'm halfway through Raw.
Oh, okay.
Both of us have New Day. I don't think they're going to lose their titles just yet to the Vaudevillains. I think ultimately the Vaudevillains were going to win the match against Enzo and Cass, but I don't think it was supposed to go down the way that it went down.
Yeah.
The U.S. title match, again, another one with no stipulation. A battle of, I guess, Mexico versus Russia. Kalisto versus Rusev. Yeah. Hey, finally, since Ryback's not really signed with the company, they don't have to put him in a match and we have to sit there watching. But it's another big man that's fighting Rusev. That's fighting Kalisto, sorry. Because why not?
Yeah.
You have picked Kalisto. I have picked Rusev Mutrian, Rusev Machka.
Yep.
And his smoking hot bride to be, Lana.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas Tornado match, the Usos versus the Club, Anderson and Gallows. We both have Anderson and Gallows. I don't see what momentum the Usos have or what they need. I'm waiting eventually for Finn Balor to come into this, but he's got a rematch for the NXT title against Samoa Joe at NXT TakeOver. That's a cage match, so we'll see how that goes.
And I'm not sure when Finn's going to be come up. It might be a little bit, because even I was watching a live broadcast on Facebook the other day, Finn Balor and Tom Phillips talking about, people asking Finn Balor different questions, and one of the questions they asked was, "Hey, when are you going to move up to the main roster?" And Finn said, "Well, that's a good question. I'm wondering that myself." And it's like...
For the right time. Maybe he's the one that wins Money in the Bank. Maybe, for instance, maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are in the match together. Sami Zayn gets taken out because Kevin Owens is kind of a dick to him, even though they're supposed to be friends. And, because, friends don't do that to friends. And maybe there's a replacement, nobody knows who the replacement is, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and you just hear the heartbeat. And the whole place at wherever I don't even know what the next pay-per-view event's going to be at, would go nuts. Either that, or he comes apart. Maybe there's a match. See, the match that you're looking for would be like Bullet Club versus like the Wyatts or something, which we don't even know where the Wyatts are.
Yeah,
they're just lost in obscurity. I feel bad for Bray Wyatt. He should have gotten his push long ago. But we're gonna move on because we're running low on time, and we've got 2 more matches to talk about. First off, the interesting match of the night, the Asylum match between Y2J, Drink It In Jericho. There's nothing that I want to drink on any of that, by the way. That 40-year-old saggy dad bod. Versus Dean the Lunatic Fringe Ambrose. You've actually got Y2J in this one. I have Ambrose in this one based solely on the fact that I'm pretty sure Ambrose lost in the last pay-per-view to Y2J, so he's not going to lose again. And this one's for you, Mitch. Because you were ruined.
Yeah.
You were ruined.
We're sorry. We're sorry for you.
And last but not least, the Extreme Rules match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Roman, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm just the guy Reigns versus AJ, the Phenomenal One Styles.
Yeah.
You have
AJ
taken
Styles.
AJ Styles, even though we had originally had you at Roman Reigns. I have taken Roman Reigns because...
We gotta switch it up a little bit. One of us has to do the dirty shot.
We do. So hopefully there's not a tie, because if there is, then I guess it'll just be a stalemate.
Yeah, because one of the matches, the one where KO, Cesaro,
The Fatal 4-Way, yeah.
Fatal 4-Way.
It could be we could both lose.
Yeah, we could both lose. It could be Sami Zayn or Cesaro that
The other exciting news for WWE fans, but not all fans, but most fans, is who's coming back in 2 weeks.
John
Cena! Do. I'm kind of excited about that.
My question is, when is Seth Rollins coming back? That's my big question.
Maybe again, Money in the Bank. That's where he all started everything. Maybe he comes back at SummerSlam. You gotta fit him in at the right time, and it has to be... See, the problem with the internet nowadays is that everybody knows everything. You go back 10 or 15 years, the internet was still kind of just on the up and up.
Yeah.
They didn't know as much stuff. Or even the 20 years back. You had, if a wrestler came out like in the mid-90s, you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, perfect example. The very first episode of Monday Nitro was, I believe, September the 4th of 95. The night before, Lex Luger was in a WWE pay-per-view in Halifax, Nova Scotia. He flew to St. Paul, Minnesota, to the Mall of America where the debut episode of Nitro was on. Nobody knew he was there except for maybe two or three people. They had towels over his head. He came in the back door. Nobody knew he was there until he came out. You don't really get that anymore. There's always speculation of, hey, it's Royal Rumble. Maybe AJ Styles will be coming. But it's just a matter of when he's coming. And, it's one of those things. Like, you can't have an element of surprise because there's just too many wrestling sites that just come out and say, hey, by the way, James Storm's at NXT. Could he be signing? Shinsuke Nakamura, he's at NXT. Could he be signing? Just let it happen organically. Did you see though on NXT? Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura were a tag team.
Oh, I didn't get to catch that one.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was Shinsuke Nakamura versus who did he fight?
If you're talking Alex Riley, that was last week's episode. You're late.
I'm late.
Because I saw that and I'm like, didn't Alex Riley just get fired? These are pre-taped. Oh, silly WWE.
No, it was somebody else. Who did he fight last week? He fought somebody.
He fought Alex Riley last week. This week he was in a tag match against somebody. I forgot who it was.
Oh.
I should know, but I don't.
Yeah.
But we need to cut this short because we're going to end up losing this footage and have to redo it all over again. And that'll totally suck.
Yeah.
So, signing off for now. Hopefully we'll see you sometime later this week. Maybe this weekend Saturday. If not, we'll see you next week. This is Kyle. I'm Kevin. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Light the Lamp and Hospital Pass Productions and YouTube at Hospital Pass Productions. Go comment, ask us what you'd like to see. If you want us to talk about another sport other than wrestling and hockey, we can do so. We just need the support from viewers like you. Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Like us, like I said, on Facebook. We already have a lot of likes as it is. We're up to almost 60, right?
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting close. 40 more to 100, and we're getting there.
Yeah.
100, I feel like, is a milestone for us. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, we're going to be working on it. Like I said, we need your support. We both say it. We'll say it again. We need your support. Go tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbor. Tell Uncle Jack Jericho with the glass eye. Tell Grandma Jezebel Jericho.
For the double D dirty panties.
Double D dirty panties. Go wash them, Grandma. Okay?
You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, man. Thanks again once, of course, to Ben Sound for the music that we have that provides for the show. K&M All-Star Sports, A&J All-Star Sports for being so, supportive of us. We are going to try to get something going with K&M All-Star Sports. They do have a special visitor coming. We're going to talk to them and see maybe if we can get an interview with them. That would be huge for us. That might lead to a lot more views if we said, hey, by the way, we interviewed so-and-so.
Yeah.
Like I said, be sure to smash that like button. And remember, here on Light the Lamp, you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. Have a great day.
Say goodbye to the people. Silly faces.